Hi, my name is Dr. Frank Day, and I'm the inventor of PowerCranks. This video is intended to help you to understand how PowerCranks are different than anything you've ever experienced or seen before, and how you can use this difference in better training your athletes. PowerCranks simply put a one-way clutch in each bicycle crank. This makes the cranks independent, forcing the athlete to pull up on the backstroke in order to pedal the bicycle. This simple change forces the rider to pedal in circles, and because they can be mounted on your bicycle, the user can actually get enough feedback and repetitions to develop a more powerful and efficient way of pedaling in only a few months.
I saw a difference of about 5 miles an hour from about 20 miles an hour to a little over 25 miles an hour within 6 months.
And my 20K time trial is over 2 minutes faster now. I took my top end crank speed, my cadence was about 174 before I got the cranks, and now I can hold 205 easily, and my top is 245.
This change also allows for unique drills that can be used for the specific needs of the individual sports. Any athlete using the device is forced to use all the muscles of the lower extremity in a balanced, coordinated fashion that closely simulates running.
And because of the uniqueness of the PowerCranks and their independent function of one another, it recreates running, the running gait, better than anything that we've ever used in the past.
And there's nothing that can cover the spectrum of this of gait mechanics than the PowerCranks.
I set a course record in a couple of races this year on the bike, but my run times have been more improved. I improved from a 3:31 run in Lake Placid, which had been my best ever run after 5 Ironmans. This year I did a 3:12, and it was a lot easier.
The first year I used the cranks, I set the age group record for 38-year-olds in 100 meters at a time of 10.34, so not bad for an old man.
Running, I saw PRs in my 5K distance within 3 or 4 weeks.
And because the exercise is non-impact, even the injured athlete can use the device to maintain skills or actually improve them during rehabilitation.
The PowerCranks for us are a great way to reproduce and replicate the mechanics of running without the impact on the joints.
I actually hairline fractured my pelvic bone in a crash at an Xterra this year, and couldn't run for about a month, and I trained solely on PowerCranks when I was building myself back up, and I came back running much stronger, won my first race that I was back at, and have been running great since, really no hitches.
I was playing rugby last October, and after a rough tackle, I felt my ACL buckle. My running is faster than I was before my surgery, and I just imagined that if I didn't hurt my knee, I'd be even faster. My personal best for a 10K was about 48, and a 10K at the end of my last triathlon, I did in 39 minutes.
Ed O'Neill, owner of Diablo Barbell Club here in Concord, California. You're only as strong as your weakest link, and the chain is only as strong as its weakest link is definitely true in any kind of strength sport or athletics. If someone's hamstring deficient, then they're not going to be as good of a squatter or deadlifter. If they're a fighter, they're not going to be able to throw. If they're a pitcher, they're not going to have a powerful throw or hip extension. So it really goes all across the board. Most people, most athletes in general, when they come here, have no lower back, no glutes, and no hamstrings. Well, the PowerCranks caught my attention immediately because to me, the first thing that popped into my mind was it's a hamstring bike. Anything for us that can work the hamstrings in a new way is always welcome. We do a lot of stuff here. A lot of it centers around a barbell or other really heavy weighted things. So the PowerCranks are a little bit unique for our strength athletes in that we can use a conditioning component along with hamstring development. I think it's a great tool. There's many different ways we've already experimented with on the PowerCranks, both from doing timed elements for our mixed martial artists or for our football players, so they might go for 15 minutes at various stages. Our powerlifters sometimes use it as a warm-up tool and then do very intense intervals on it. So really it gives us an additional tool to work the hamstrings where you're not loading the spine. So it's something where it can be muscle specific as opposed to having to use a real big basic compound exercise like a good morning or a deadlift.
In summary, PowerCranks train more muscles, especially training the core and hamstring muscles better than can be done traditionally. They also improve running form and independent leg control, which results in faster runners and improved agility. They also better balance the athlete, which, when combined with better form, will greatly reduce the risk of injury. And for those who are injured, they prevent the development of compensatory bad habits during rehab, resulting in better and faster rehab of the injured and less risk of re-injury when returning to competition. So again, in summary, PowerCranks do positive things for the athlete that are very difficult to impossible to do now using traditional training methods. Ignore them at your competitive peril. There's absolutely no other product like PowerCranks. Run faster, a lot faster, through better form and muscle balance, and it's non-impact too. Plus, it's all guaranteed. What are you waiting for? I'd like to invite you now to go to our webpage at PowerCranks.com, where you can learn much more about how this product can help you with your specific athletic needs. In addition, you can hear the testimonials of many customers, many of them just like you, in cycling, running, and rehabilitation. Thanks for being here.